Previously on Follow the Leader, we've created a space station that's a hive of scum and villainy, basically, and there's pirates and other ne'er-do-wells populating the space station, bounty hunters. It's sort of meant to be neutral ground, but that doesn't always work out. And I think that's when Sol looks up because she recognizes that voice, and she just looks like stricken, like goes pale, like she's seen a ghost, and is just like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
Oh my god. Okay. I will admit I did not see this coming.
Do you two know each other?
You're dead. You talked to Kuiper about it?
No, not yet.
Maybe you should. She's a real whiz when it comes to intel. Takes another swig of her drink.
I'm worried that the officer types won't take me seriously.
We now return to your game, already in progress.
I'm trying to... because as a touchstone, I've got, like...
There's a cheat sheet for it in the Roll20 for cheats to touchdown.
Okay, so when you're in a scene or reaction, you decide how the people of the kingdom feel by showing how your character feels, so, I think it's pretty safe to say that, even though Meryl's only been on the station for, 3 days, there's also sort of a level of distrust among the people of the kingdom about this. Just, not... They don't know anything, but it's what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Why is this?
Yeah. I'd also like to make an order just to have a couple of those on the docket. And I think the order is... I know we don't have any under if yes, but I think the order is... And honestly, I could actually see this, depending on phrasing, going either way, so I would love input, but, something along the lines of, something about in the future, future information will go through, an elevated, the word is not a background check, elevated scrutiny on, new information.
Screening?
Yeah.
I think that order can be in place whichever outcome happens, quite frankly.
Yeah. Can I do that?
I don't think so.
I think it would have to be I think it's going to be an if yes, if we do end up trusting this intel, then we are going to have to in the future put in
measures.
Less wishy-washy kind of system. So I'm just gonna... Okay, so if yes, the station will institute a higher level... I'll fix the security process for new intel, for incoming intel. That sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. Wonderful. Alright, so there's that order in there.
So it is Carrie's scene.
Yeah, I've been trying to think about what I wanted, and I still haven't really decided on anything. I'm just
Fair.
what do I want? I'm not involved in all of this drama.
Get involved.
Please. I have better things to do. Your petty family drama does not concern me.
I was thinking get involved with the intel drama.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's her job.
There's a plot here too.
There is a plot.
But no, she doesn't. I don't know quite how to get her involved without like being too obvious. And but I think so. I know. Dora said that you wanted to have a scene with Sol and Carrie. So I kind of also just like the idea of them. I don't know. Do they hang out just like off hours? Like
Yes, please say yes.
I think it's one of those things where sometimes, like, Sol may find the secret observation thing, and they may just like hang out there.
yeah.
Like, they don't say much to each other, but it's like, you know, you're always in the same place at a similar time, so you get familiar with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the image of them just kind of like sitting together in kind of silence or just like, you know, casual conversation. And most of the time Carrie's there, she's either like working on a piece of tech that she just likes to fiddle with, or she's just kind of like there just like watching the stars. So I kind of like the idea of them just kind of like sitting there awkwardly, and or like Carrie's there when Sol comes in and she looks up. She's like, I heard we had a commotion earlier from you.
Yeah, you could say that, I suppose.
Mac's the one that said it.
Yeah, well, I've been having a day. How about you?
The usual. Nothing too exciting. In my wing.
Guess that's good, 'cause that means, we can still keep breathing, huh?
Yes, I like it when that happens. I like oxygen. Seems your ship doesn't, but you know.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a bastard, isn't it?
Just a little one. Just a little bit of one. I'm not going to ask what the commotion was all about, but everything okay on your end?
I guess it will be, maybe. Like I said, I've been, having a day, getting haunted by some ghosts.
Ooh. Space ghosts. The best kind.
I guess. Take your word for it, you're the sciencey type. Turns out you can slap a ghost, though.
Well, that's good to know. In case any ghosts show up, I could slap them out of the system. Have you heard any of the hubbub about those new folks flying on in?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have.
I take it that has to do with your ghost.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, I hear they have some interesting information that they're holding over our heads.
Where'd you hear that?
I've been looking into them. New people are curious. Come on, don't tell me you weren't a little bit curious when I first arrived.
I can't say I wasn't. You're right.
New people are interesting. And I like to solve interesting things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, one of the interesting things about you, huh?
Is it?
People who solve people are, well, I mean, people think they can solve people all the time, but I don't know. I've seen you. I think maybe you're good at it.
You flatter me. Thank you.
I think Sol just, like, turns back to the stars.
Carrie watches you a little bit longer and then looks out as well. And she's like, if you want me to keep an eye on any of them in particular, I'd be happy to do so for you.
I'll let you know if I can, if I take you up on that.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
I guess they're friends.
They're friends. They're friendly. But I think that's a good enough little scene to set that up for them. But I don't know if it's a crossroads. I'm like, what does this big box represent? I've not played this game before. I can't even lie. So I think that just it works as a time passes. I don't know necessarily if it's anything that's beholden right now to the intel so much as she's going to be looking into the intel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. And I mean, it was more just like establishing character stuff as opposed to like doing kingdom stuff. So time passes. Mm-hmm. Time passes works.
Oh, and it's back to me, huh?
Surprise!
Yeah, who haven't I talked to yet? I haven't talked to Carrie and I haven't talked to Max yet.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to talk to Max. I'm not 100% sure what about.
Setting up that meeting?
We can just talk about this whole new smuggler bullshit as well.
Yeah.
Make it about the crossroads.
Yeah. I think that's probably a good idea. Because, like, setting up the meeting would have just been, like, a couple texts. It wouldn't have been, like, we need to do this in person. But, yeah, so I think that it's, like, God, I think it's, is it Max, like, helping her... Fuck, it's... Hyper has asked Max to help her bug, like, Carrie's lab, is what has happened.
Hell yes.
Yeah, so that's, I think, what they're doing. So, like, I'm imagining them, like, fucking... Is there, like... It's like a maintenance shaft, right? But, like...
Mm-hmm.
Above the lab, and it's like it's big enough for two people but barely.
Oh, good.
Hannah, I love you.
Very, very
I'm just
good.
saying. Yeah, so I think that's where they are.
This maintenance tubes fit so many butchers in it.
That's going in the thread.
Thank you. Oh man, I love it. Okay. Maintenance tube full of butch ladies. I love it. Yeah, I think like Kuiper's like, okay, can you just like hold this while I solder it on? Solder. While I like
one of
solder
those
this
guys,
on there.
It's fine.
Yeah, sure, I can absolutely. Just like hold it in place with one finger just looking at you.
Thanks.
You always bring me to the nicest places, Kuiper.
I thought it was pretty romantic.
Admittedly, I'm pretty sure Carrie's lab is the cleanest place on the ship.
You and I have very different ideas of what constitutes a nice place. But fair point.
I mean...
Yeah, it's small, cramped, smells like disinfectant because somebody's got a weird fixation on things being clean.
Like I said, it's romantic. I don't know what you want from me.
Dinner, drinks, to hold me afterwards. I'm fucking with you, Kuiper. Jesus.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
That's a really good question.
I'm very insightful.
Listen, have you talked to the new is she a doctor?
Was that a question
Carrot.
for me or to...
No, that was a question in
okay.
character. Like, is she actually a doctor or what?
She's been here like 3 months. Haven't you looked into this? You look into everybody.
Okay, yeah, that's the problem. I looked into it, and she doesn't exist anywhere.
Convenient, I suppose.
Yeah, but, like, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people here who don't exist, but, like, if you're good at your job, and, like, I'm very good at my job, they all exist somewhere. And she just doesn't. So either she's really, really good at a job that is not her job, or I don't know, there's something going on.
I mean, she turned up here saying she was here to save lives. Who the fuck comes here to do that? But,
Right?
I mean, I can't fault the work she's done either. So...
Yeah, and that makes me nervous. The people who come here are, like, fuck-ups. Except, like, you and me, obviously. But, like...
Oh, yeah, you and I are paragons of virtue that have never once made a mistake in our lives.
Yeah, I figured that was a given.
Obviously.
But,
Look,
like...
maybe she's running from something too, and she's just very good at cleaning up after herself.
Yeah. Yeah,
Note that I did not object to us bugging her lab. I'm feeling this healthy degree of paranoia that you've got going on. It really is a desirable trait to have in the higher ups of command.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. Because most people don't. So.
Well, I'm attached to the idea of keeping you in the position that you're in. And I don't mean on your stomach in a maintenance tube.
You sure?
Look, that's for other things. But... Look, I've got your back.
Thanks.
I ain't gonna say anything about this.
Thanks.
Just be careful. Like...
Oh, I'm always careful. And I think that's where the scene cuts.
Just a prolonged sound of consideration. Cut.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is the second time that fucking just Sol wasn't there this time, that fucking Kuiper and Max have been trapped in a small space together.
Right, at least this time it was voluntarily.
Yeah, that's true.
And they can
But it
get
was also
out.
doing something illegal.
Right.
In
Well-
Harry's space again.
They're not trapped in there while Jenny
No, I mean-
Bruno watches a movie, though, is the thing.
That's true.
And it wasn't Carrie's.
Oh, and it was
space
her
last,
ex-girlfriend.
It was the other
that's right.
girl's diary. Yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah, it was Jenny Tabuno.
You know, yeah.
We had to get her diary.
Priorities. Okay. Crossroads crisis, time passes, orders.
You see, I would just so dearly love to mark a crisis box.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, in all
Yeah.
seriousness, paranoid higher ups of command planting bugs in the lab of somebody who's actually very smart.
I mean, to be fair, Kuiper has bugs in a lot of different places. Like, this is not...
I'm not saying it's unusual behaviour, but...
Right. No, I think I'm gonna mark crisis. Just,
Excellent.
someone's got... Oh, there you go. Someone else already has it.
It's me.
And, like... I wanna make another order, too. I feel like it needs... I want to put something on the no side.
Yeah.
Because, like, everything I'm coming up with feels more like a prediction than it does an order. So if we don't trust the intel...
Maybe you're ready to be a perspective, I don't know.
I don't know.
But that leaves Carrie in charge of things.
No, I'm a
And this-
perspective.
Oh,
yeah,
I
no,
thought you
I'm
were-
the only power.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, she's
so
not
I
making
can't-
orders. She's influencing people.
Right, no, like, I can't not be a power unless someone else wants to, like, overtake. Unless we
The
want to
only
pull...
thing-
Unless we want to pull an Orth.
No. No.
Aww.
Oh.
The only thing I can see is like Max and Kuiper switching.
Yeah, that's the only
roles.
way it could happen, I think. But no.
Yeah.
Can I make a prediction as a reaction to the scene?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go
Yeah.
after Han.
Yeah, I think the no is just gonna be like, if we don't trust the intel, then, how do I phrase this? You know what, Mab, you go ahead and I will continue to think about this.
Okay. So I was thinking for a prediction is something along the lines of if no, then we'll continue a self-destructive spiral, I think.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure how to phrase it, but that sort of idea.
No, I think it breeds that kind of behaviour, because if we don't trust anybody, then
Yeah.
you just get insular and cut off. That's good.
I do think we should have a positive on the no side too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
just
No,
saw.
that's what I'm trying to...
Yeah.
I think it's something along the lines of, if no, then the chains of information supply become more reliable, if that makes sense. Or if no, then, the chains of information supply become more ingrained in our system. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or...
How do you change the size of your text box?
Here, I've got you.
Before I just start spinning it around in circles. Thank you.
Okay. I think it's... Okay, so the prediction, the way I'm wording it, is if no, then the chains of information supply stabilize and narrow to a few trusted sources.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Make sure to phrase that more like an order than a prediction.
Yeah.
How about the order is increase the vetting of information sources or something like
See,
that.
my problem is that, that's the yes order. Because, the yes order is, we'll still take anyone's information, but there's a security process, and the if no is going to be more we are narrowing it down to a trusted few sources.
I mean,
that
that's-
works as
that's-
the order.
Yeah,
Literally.
that's the order.
There you go.
That's the order.
We will reduce the number of sources.
Yeah, there we go. If no, then we reduce the information supply lines to a few vetted sources. Alright, who's singing?
It's mine.
Ah, yes.
Because of who I am as a person. Because obviously we know it's this meeting. We've dallied around this long enough. It's got to be at the skating rink, right?
Just gonna make some popcorn,
Oh.
sit back, it'll be fine.
Jesus, Jade.
Yes, Kales?
Yeah, it's got to be at the skating rink. Yeah. All right, let's
Yeah.
do this.
Okay, so I imagine there's been a couple of messages, because maybe it's just a number, this messaging, or it's a messaging system, so maybe it's just an initial, and this person is called Max anyway.
Yeah.
So and just oh hey, there's a skating rink I've taken to hanging out in, nobody seems to go there, so it's probably a good place to talk.
Yeah.
So who's there first?
I think it has to be. I think it has to be Max. Because if Meryl's there first and Max walks in and sees her, she will leave again.
Yeah, this is very true.
So I think Max has to be there first.
Okay. Then I think, because I imagine there isn't proper bleach or anything. It's literally just a roller disco. There's literally just the space there, and Max is leaning up against the guardrail, as it were, of the polished section, just waiting, tapping fingers against the guardrail on the edge. And this is probably this small area with little benches and stuff where people can change into skates. I love this fucking weird mishmash of a pirate enclave that has an arcade with a skating rink. We're very good at what we do, guys.
We're on our bullshit, and it's so good. Yeah. So, once again, Meryl comes in. This time she can actually see who's in front of her and she just stops dead.
Trying to think if Max hears her come in. Probably not. Like, it's just somebody stop walking unless the door then slams behind Meryl, and that's what makes Max turn around.
Yeah, she lets it go and it just BAM!
Okay, then Max turns around and then he's just like... very similar to Sol's reaction. It's just like just looks like she's been punched. Just like, the fuck.
Oh God. Jesus.
Yeah, no. You aren't here. You can't be here. I'm meeting somebody. Why the fuck? Just like, of course you managed to find the fucking skating rink. Of course you did. You need to go. I'm meeting somebody. You shouldn't be here, Meryl. You aren't.
You're meeting me.
What?
God. Kuiper didn't say it was gonna be you.
She sure as fuck didn't say it was gonna be you either. But I mean, you know, fucking dead woman shows up. Of course, I'm guessing Kuiper didn't know that. Like to think she would tell me, oh hey, this person who faked their death apparently is here. What the fuck, Meryl?
I'm sorry. Oh, I've been saying that so much. It doesn't matter anymore. It's lost all its meaning.
Wait, who else have you been saying sorry to?
Oh, Jesus. This is such a mess.
Yeah. Who the fuck are we talking about?
Sol. My sister.
What?
My dumb-ass stepsister who... Ugh.
Huh.
Oh, God. Okay, no, I gotta compartmentalize. I got bigger fish to fry right now. I don't even know what a fucking fish
Related to
is.
Sol? How the fuck?
Why do you think I faked my death? I wouldn't do that for just anyone. I wouldn't have left
think
you.
you'd faked your death, Meryl. I thought you were dead.
I wouldn't have left you for anyone else. I know. God, fuck. Seriously, Max, we've got an actual serious... We've got lots of problems, but...
Yeah, no, you're right. Let's compartmentalize. Let's not talk about whatever the fuck this is and talk about whatever this intel, right?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. And she, like, sort of slowly makes her way over and sits down on one of these little tables and sort of, like, props her leg out slightly in front of her. The one with the brace on it.
Oh, jeez. Max.
Yeah? What?
Oh. I'm such an asshole. Okay. She comes and she sits over at the table.
So what are we talking about here? Intel, yeah?
Yeah. Someone is leaking info from this station.
Fucking again?
Yeah, that's what Kuiper said.
She tell you what happened? It's like 6 months ago?
Something mutiny something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that Sol got involved in that.
Oh, well, you know, Sol, she's a people person.
Oh, she's the best at it, too. But anyway, yeah, you've still got holes you need to fill here.
What I seem to spend my life patching up.
Yeah, well...
You got any kind of direction on that? Any information about where? I'm guessing you don't know who.
No, I have my suspicions, but there's no reason why she'd be here, so,
I don't know, Meryl, there's no reason you should fucking be here.
Well, I guess that's true. The audio I got was definitely shitty enough that it came from a ship's mic, not from a station mic, so at least they're good at what they do, which means that it could be her. But if it is, I'm gonna be real fucking pissed, because I don't want to see her within 5 feet of Sol. Or you. Or Kuiper, I guess, but...
This vagary is as charming as fucking ever.
God, if I speak her name into the universe, she'll appear, because she always does.
Right, okay. Do you
Name's
wanna write it
Kerrigan.
down?
Kestrel.
Fuck me.
What? Oh, no! Don't! No! No! Oh, don't tell... No! What do I have to do to get her... Oh my god, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her.
But you don't... You suspect.
I've got a real big hunch. Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, I mean... Kuiper and I kind of bugged her lab the other day, so...
Oh, good. I'm glad it's not just me.
She's here to fix the scrubbers. That's what she said. And she's fucking fixing them. Like, this place is running at, 8% more efficiency, which I appreciate sounds like fuck all, but in this place, quite frankly, that's a miracle.
Yeah, she always gives 110% to all of her cover stories.
Right. But, I mean... And what exactly was this... You think she was contacting Unisol?
Whoever it was definitely contacting Unisol.
Okay. What was the nature of the information?
It was a plans leak. There was going to be a hit on some supply cache. Not an independent hit. Not someone specifically from the Bastion. Not someone directly operating under the orders of the Bastion, but and someone caught wind of it and told Unisol. I hear it went okay, but
Okay.
who knows if more could be happening like that, bigger.
Okay. So, well, we got to confirm who the leak is. If it is her, if it isn't her, I really don't fucking care who it is. I just don't want Unisol crawling all over this place.
Yeah, me neither.
Right, need to plant some false information, get it circulating, and then keep tabs on communications. I will talk to Kuiper about it. Fuck.
I'm sorry. It seems like everything here was going fine.
Yeah, well, this is the thing about when you cause a stink and start doing well, people pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just wanted this place to fucking do well for itself. Oh well. Shit happens, I guess.
Yeah, you can say that again.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go touch Kuiper.
Okay.
That's what I can do.
It's really nice to see you.
Don't. Just...
Okay. Okay.
Max walks out.
Fucking nice.
Okay. That feels like a crisis.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Get the shit ball rolling. Oh, Mab, I love how your presence in a story, regardless of character, is either just like delightful enthusiasm that causes shit to go down, or willful meddling. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
very
here for.
good.
Davy and
very, very
Kerry,
good.
like such different people, and yet the effects so magnificent.
It's good.
Someone's just got to
It
be
is
here
good.
lurking in the corner and have you all trip over your own feet. Ha!
Okay, prediction. Will the kingdom trust intel brought by unfamiliar smugglers? If yes, it's got to be on the yes side, because like now, Max has a reason to respect or trust this information. It's about acting on it. Okay, if yes, an investigation. False information starts to be spread to find the leak. Oh no, that's more of an order, not a prediction.
Okay, but if we want, we can abstract the Max Kuiper conversation, and I can make that an order as a reaction.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
So, what
like
was
that a
it
lot.
that you wanted to...
If yes, a false whispers campaign will begin to try and sniff out the leak.
Right, and I can imagine just like
a few different rumors spread out.
Right, and I
it's
can
about-
imagine like when Max goes to talk to Kuiper, she's like weirdly on edge, but you know.
Actually, no, I think after this conversation about this, Max would look really kind of somber, just like, have you ever fucked people who are related?
At the same time?
No, not at
Or
the same time.
separately?
Just separately. At the same time.
Separately at the same
Question
time?
was the question was ambiguous.
Okay, important. No, actually, you know what? I don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about this and gets back to work.
So the order is, if yes, false information spreads around the ship. This text box will only snap to like a square. Is that normal?
You have to press Alt.
Oh, that's dumb. Roll20 sucks.
Whew. It's like why can't we just use Google Sheets?
You know that because
We'll think
I
about
didn't
it for
think
next
of it.
time.
Yeah.
Now it is Sol, and I want to know what Sol's going to do.
Oh shoot.
Saul doesn't know either.
I don't know. I feel like for dramatic irony's sake, I feel like it would be a really good time for Saul to do a scene with Carrie demonstrating that she trusts her by telling her about the intel.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes.
How does
Oh.
how does Soul know about the intel?
Saul knows about the intel because Meryl said it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then also, I think we just kind of like have to abstract because we can make reactions, so it's just kind of like on the assumption know that all the characters know all the same things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Meryl told her in the bar. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like it to
So,
be
I
in
think-
Carrie's lab that is bugged?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Yes, and then because Kuiper, we can always have a reaction of Kuiper and Max going, "Oh no."
Soul, you fucking idiot.
Yes, this.
Listen, who
This
can
is
say
good.
no to these pretty eyes of Carrie's?
I know. So yes,
Soul,
it's in
God
the
damn it, you're such a disaster gay.
Soul
And
is
I'm
such a
s-
disaster.
And I'm saying that.
Yes. So yes, Soul finds Carrie in the lab and is just like leaning up against a piece of equipment or posting up against a desk or something or a bench, and is just like, I know I wasn't forthcoming when we talked last, but I've been thinking about it, and you know that day I was having?
Oh, yes. I remember.
My stepsister, I thought she was dead.
That's a hell of a ghost.
She's here now, and I don't know what to think, and she's here trying to sell some information, and just met me by chance. She says she was trying to find me at one point, but she couldn't, and I'm just... It ain't like I was hiding.
I take it she was, though.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
I mean, I have... Don't let me feel like I'm telling you what to do, but don't treat her too hard. She's family. Don't get too mad at her.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's... You got any siblings, Carrie?
No. Only child. She kind of, like, smiles in a way that's just like, and I was spoiled for it.
I was an only child for a bit, and frankly, I didn't care for it, but I don't know how I'm gonna deal with not being an only child anymore.
Well, take the space that you need. My lab and the deck are always open if you just need to get away.
I appreciate it. And, I think that's scene. And I think that's probably Crisis.
Oh yeah.
It's not great.
So, yeah, no, Saul definitely isn't thinking clearly.
I'm just
so
sad about it.
She's
Fine.
definitely not thinking clearly, and so, she's not remembering things the way that they happened.
Valid.
I'm trying to think of reaction. I forget. Can you make orders that deal with like other characters?
You
can't.
can.
I thought you couldn't target somebody with an order.
You can't, like, remove them from the game, but you can throw people in jail and stuff.
Yes, you can. Yes,
I don't think.
Can.
Actually, you know what? We're doing 2 crisis boxes.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Hell yeah, Touchstone.
God, I love that touchstone move.
Oh, we're so close. 2 boxes away. Yes, we are. Okay. 'Cause like.
Because the thing is, that feels like an order that's not related to the crossroads. It's reacting to stuff that's happening in the
Right.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I feel like
'cause,
it
like, my
can't be a
thought is,
reaction
like-
to a yes or no.
Yeah, because basically my thought, and like this is also something that we could just like say and not make like unofficial order until we have to. But like my thought is like if Kuiper listens to this conversation and is like, if shit goes south and like there ends up being like some kind of conflict, like we need to find a way to contain Soul so that she doesn't like like her trust in this person doesn't fuck up what we have here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave that as like a reaction and not as like an order, because I don't think that makes sense to make an order.
I think that's fair.
So yeah, so I think it's just like,
We got to keep an eye on Sol.
right, it's a like a shot of Kuiper listening to like the audio coming from this conversation, and then immediately like closing the window and opening up like a message to Max, just like keep an eye on Sol, basically.
Cool. Dig it. Dig it. Oh, and now it's Meryl, and Meryl knows that Kerry is on the station now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Conflict.
I
Yeah,
wanna get to
she's
this
gonna go down there.
crisis.
Does this also happen in the lab?
Hmm?
Does this also happen in the lab?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good, because this means it can get eavesdrops on. So there's more of reactions.
Extremely eavesdropped on.
And you know that her lab is bugged now.
I do.
Max told you.
Yeah.
I do, in fact, know that.
Oh, let's get some old school entrapment. Just say it, and point your body slightly in this direction while you say it.
Just speak very loudly into this very fancy pin that I'm wearing on my lapel.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, but just enunciate properly.
It's fine. Yeah, but she's gonna come storming in.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Maybe not storming. I think she's gonna do that thing where the door just like bangs open and she's like holding it, standing
Holy
there.
shit, Kerry.
Carrie's just like, working on something, and she's like staring at it under a microscope, like fine, tiny little pieces. And she like jumps and almost drops what she's doing. She looks up, and there is a moment where you see a look of very honest surprise on her face, and then it turns into a smile of the cat that got into the cream. And she goes, "Meryl, darling, sweetheart, how
Don't
wonderful
give
to
me
see you
that
here."
Shit. Don't
Oh,
give me
come
that
on.
shit. No.
Oh, you're the ghost.
Oh,
Aren't you?
Jesus. I'm the ghost, you're the ghost, we're both the ghosts.
Oh, no. You're the ghost. You're the ghost stepsister, aren't you? You just rolled in. I can put two and two together. I'm an intelligent woman.
Oh, I know you're an intelligent woman.
Then why are you here? Did you reconsider my offer? Did you...
Oh, you aren't getting shit from me, Carrie
Did you
Kestrel.
come back for a round two, Meryl? Did you miss what you had the first time?
Oh, honey, you are not even the best. You are not even top 3.
You wouldn't have to defend yourself so much if you were being honest.
What?
You just sound very defensive. That's all I'm saying.
I am very defensive. You are somewhere where you should not be.
I was here first. I can be wherever I want to be.
You are with the people who you should not be with.
I'm not with anybody.
I am on to you, Kestrel.
Uh-huh. Oh, really? How so?
I
What
know
did I
what
do
you're
this
doing.
time? I'm fixing oxygen scrubbers.
Yeah, you're doing a really great job of it. The air is so clean here. Thank you.
Wouldn't you know?
Oh, I would. Oh, I would. I've seen every back alley in this entire sector. This is some of the best air I've ever breathed. You're very good at your job, Carrie.
Do you want to know where some better air is? My offer still stands, Meryl.
You're totally off. You're not even close to being on the right page.
What can I help you with? You didn't come down here just to interrupt my work, I take it? Or a happy reunion?
No. And I wouldn't call this happy. Maybe you think this is happy, but it's definitely not
Did you
happy
miss
for
the
me.
sarcasm lesson when you were growing up?
Yeah, Soul got all of it.
Yes, I know. She's feisty, isn't she?
You stay away from her.
I'm not doing anything.
I don't care. You stay away from my sister.
I will. That doesn't stop her from coming to see me when you stress her out too much.
Listen.
I'm listening. You're not talking very well.
Yeah, 'cause I'm fucking pissed at you. Because you've managed to find a hole in the communications here, and you're just making it wider and wider.
I'm what? I'm sorry, come again? I don't think I heard you correctly.
Carrie.
Meryl.
You're so fucking smart. I don't understand why you're still with Unisol.
And she just kind of like smiles. And she says, "What makes you say that?"
You're gonna slip eventually. I know you will. And when you do, I will be there. And I will be so glad to be the one that brings you in.
Meryl, I've been nothing but kind to you. And this is how you repay me.
God, you're such a piece of work. And she just leaves again.
Come by any time.
Middle finger back in the doorway.
I love Carrie so much. I love Carrie
is
so
so
much.
good.
She's so good. Fuck.
Alright.
Shit. Yeah, that's, do I want to use the touchstone move?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I do. Alright, we got a crisis to resolve.
Fucking
Fuck
yeah,
hell.
we do.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Oh, let's pull up the cheat sheet. Dang.
Okay.
Okay. So, to resolve a crisis,
You cry. Step 1.
the kingdom is not invulnerable. It can be destroyed either by those within who have come to hate it, or by the dangerous forces of a harsh world. When all the boxes on a crisis card are checked, you play to see if the kingdom survives or falls. Just like when you resolve a crossroad, instead of playing out scenes, you narrate short moments to build a montage of the action unfolding. So, the first thing to resolve this crisis is, are we ending the game?
We still got time.
Yep, we still got time.
Yeah, we still got some time.
Okay.
Mal?
What? Oh, no, I thought I was just like, everyone else is saying the right answer, so I'm just gonna...
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure we had your buy-in. What is the crisis? If it's not immediately clear, describe the nature of the crisis threatening the kingdom right now. The person who checked the last crisis box can start, but all the players should agree to the general nature of the crisis. Do not go into detail or take action yet. So, Kales.
Yeah, so the thing that the thing that I'm thinking about this is that the crew is getting... I don't know how much time has been going on since the smugglers showed up with the information.
I figured like a couple weeks.
Yeah. So it's enough time that they're probably getting a little irritated that nothing's happening, and they're just like grounded on this shitty space station when they've got other shit to be doing. And the people also aren't like the people who live here also aren't super thrilled by this, because like, you know, we've got new management, why are they stalling on this like this? And so it's just very, I don't know if it explodes into all-out mutiny again, but it's definitely like there's some tension.
No, I really like that, because it's like these two effectively factions, just like, why is it taking so long for a decision to be made? And that's like both the smugglers and the people that live out at the Bastion. It's sort of just like the crisis is almost like not like the mutiny, but it's also just like why hasn't a decision been made? Especially if there's been all these rumors going around that I hear those guys that showed up have got intel. Because people gossip. So that whole notion of, it's like, okay, so there's all the evidence that they need to arrest that guy. Why haven't they arrested that guy?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like tensions are running super high. And that's the crisis point. It's like, it's calling faith in the abilities of the higher-ups into question. How's it feel at the top of the chain of command there, buddy? Good?
Non-committal noises. Yeah, great. Cool.
It's going real well.
Oh, Han, do you want a reaction to that also?
Probably. Yeah. Yep. Actually, no. I think I can fold in that reaction to what do you see, what do you do? So, yeah. All right. So, is that where we're moving?
Yeah, I suppose it is. What do we see? What do we do?
All right. Yeah, I think what Kuiper sees is like it's her reviewing the confrontation between Meryl and Carrie and just like fucking terror across her face. Like she knows that like this is what she's been trying to avoid happening.
I think what Max sees is hell. Actually, it's her crew talking about, I thought things were going to be better. I thought this lot knew what they were doing. We put our weight behind them. Behind Jasko and behind a couple of other names that I can't think off the top of my head. I just like, Faith sees that Max sees that Faith has been shook and people are pissed. And her crew shut up when they see her there.
Oof.
I think Soul's in the monkey's uncle drinking, and I think there are people who are near her who are saying similar things, and a couple of them are looking over at her like looking for her to agree, and she just downs her drink.
I think Meryl's with her sort of crew, or the crew that she came in with, and they similar things. And they're asking her because they've been seeing her around with quote unquote higher ups, asking her if she's heard anything, and she just won't say anything.
I think for Carrie, it's a moment in her lab, and she spots one of the first bugs. And it's just a shot of her going over and, like, pulling it out with very aggressive force. And she just stares at it. And the look on her face, it's a little bit like betrayal and very just resigned and upset. But just kind of like, and then it passes, and then it schools over to something calmer. And she places the bug down on her workbench table and then just sits and waits.
Okay.
What do you do?
That's a really good question. So...
Actually, let me read this first. Each player describes what their character does or doesn't do in the crisis. You can try to save or destroy the kingdom, or save your own skin and escape.
Okay. To maintain continuity, Kuiper can't escape. I kid. I'm sure we could finagle that. She's not going to, though. So... part of me wants to put into place that, like, the thing we talked about before with like making sure Soul doesn't fuck it up. And I think I think it's a shot of Kuiper shooting like a message to Max being like, you need to contain Kestrel, like make sure she doesn't leave, and then taking off towards the monkey's uncle to like make sure that Soul doesn't do anything stupid.
The camera shows Max getting that message, and she goes to the docking bay. She goes into the little maintenance shed, and she activates lockdown on the docking bay. Nobody's getting out for a little bit.
Yeah, I think Soul tries to break up the rabble-rousing. I think she's really aggressive about, fuck you, things are better now than they were before, and if you don't think that, then get the fuck out, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Meryl's gonna try to find Kuiper and be like, basically just be like, listen, don't act, haha, dramatic irony, don't act against Carrie. She still believes it, but she's like, it's not anything we have to be worried about right now.
Okay.
Too late. She's gonna try and do that because she's like, there's just one thing at a time. Like, we don't have to do this right now. I shouldn't have said what I did, sort of stuff.
As you say that, there's a shot of enforcers coming into Carrie's lab, and she just is sitting there waiting, and she, like, expression is blank but confident, and she just holds up her hands, elbows on her table, and she's just like, hello, boys, and just like, there you go, if you need them. Just try and pin the blame on me. It won't work.
Alright, the next part is the outcome. Based on what has been described, each player decides whether they think the kingdom should stand or fall. This is a decision you make as a player, not as your character. Each player sticks out a hand and votes simultaneously. Thumbs up if the kingdom should survive, thumbs down if it should fall, hand flat if you're neutral. If your character tried to escape, which no one did, you must vote thumbs down. We're going to use emojis in the chat. And I'm going to have to think about this for a moment.
Yeah,
This
me
is
too.
the player, not the character, to confirm, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As in, we think that it would be immediate, or...
Or this leads to...
Yeah, does this lead to the downfall of the kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
This feels very tense.
Very
Part
tense
of me is
silence.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, part of me is like, it also depends on, like, what we think the kingdom falling means.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is everybody ready?
No.
That sounded like a no. That's fine.
Okay,
So,
I
hey,
think I'm ready.
listeners. I was going to fill in the dead air with something, but it's all good.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the count
Okay.
of 3.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh boy. Oh
Now,
boy.
what does that mean?
Oops.
That's a minus
it's
2.
the abstain.
Okay.
Yeah, the kingdom is destroyed.
Damn.
Fucking yeah. So
Oh,
what does that
man.
mean?
I think what that means is that the faith in the faith in command is shaken. The faith in, well, obviously, I think maybe it also means that Carrie got some of the intel, some intel out, and so everything's kind of destabilized. I don't think that, like, the station gets destroyed.
See, my thought was like, what if Unisol then comes after us and we have to like take the bare bones of what we have and relocate to a new station?
See,
Ooh.
you say that. Carrie wasn't sending anything back. She was just gathering.
No.
And so you guys
Okay.
did this all to yourselves, is like her process. And
That's why it's good.
that's why it's real
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
is that
It's real
Unisol
good.
isn't going to come right away. So any
'cause-
stragglers aren't going to be saved either.
Yeah, because Meryl was making baseless accusations. Like,
Paranoia is great,
yes,
you guys.
Carrie is a Unisol like informant, but she wasn't the one leaking the info.
Right. Though that does mean that I'm sure that like if someone was leaking info to Unisol, then like I don't think it's out of the question for Unisol to then come after.
I was going to say, as far as Carrie's role in it is concerned, she was there mostly to let them spiral if they did find out. And she's there looking for information, as in she could also be looking for who is doing this leak. So as far as she knows and is concerned, Unisol isn't coming. But
Okay.
that's
Okay.
information that you all don't have.
Yeah.
And so she's also just kind of shrug emoji. All right.
Yeah, so do you think a bunch of people flee the station and then the people who are left try to pick up and start over?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that feels right.
And that keeps continuity because there's a place for Kuiper to be when things happen in the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if the kingdom's destroyed, each player may briefly describe what happens to their character. Remember, if you did not escape, your fate is tied to the kingdom, and if the kingdom is destroyed, the game is over. So let's describe briefly the fates of our characters.
Okay. Could we possibly go in a different order? Because I feel like,
Okay.
at least for like Kuiper and Max, like it's weirdly again tied to like another thing that we've established, and I'm
Yeah.
curious as to like what everyone else does.
Yeah, I think Soul is too tied to the people here to abandon it. So I think she's not one of the people who flees. She stays with the station for better or for worse. And people probably call her a lot of derogatory terms because of the choices that she's made, but she's sticking with it.
Kales, I don't know if you want to go, but I have an answer for Carrie.
Go.
Okay. So this is basically Carrie's fear realized, is that the kingdom let its paranoia and pride get the better of it. And she is very angry. And because, like, not so much as because of what happened to her, but because of what these dumb people did to themselves. And she is, like, she didn't run, also because she knows that she wasn't in the wrong. And she is determined now to then to further the role of influence that she has, even though she knows that it has to be rebuilt from the bottom up. Because now everyone is just like, oh, well, you're Unisol. And she's like, yeah, well, I wasn't the one that sold you out. Your own people did that to you. And so she's sticking around because she wants to not necessarily rebuild the kingdom in her image, but, you know, she can be a push behind the one who does.
I have an answer if it's...
Go ahead, because I'm trying to think about what Meryl's gonna do still.
Yeah, I think Kuiper does stay. And I think what she does is, like, basically send out a whole bunch of messages to, like, people she's worked with before and, like, people she trusts, from, like, when people she maybe doesn't trust necessarily, but basically saying, like, shit went down, there's a power vacuum.
Anyone need a new job?
Right, basically, like, this is the place to be if you're trying to start something new. And so, yes. Like, in both, we need more people on this ship, and also, we need more people on this ship who trust me. So, that's where she's at.
That's really good.
And I think, part of it is, like, abolishing a good amount of, like, the traditional sort of naval hierarchy kind of deal that we had going on. Like, as a ploy partially to, like, reinstate herself as a trusted figure with, like, the people who are still there.
Yeah. Oh, I got a thought. Yeah. I'm gonna expand on that, which is, I feel like that new standing that Max had got is lost with that. Like, she still has it with some people, for sure, but I don't think it's what it was. But she is gonna throw her weight in behind Kuiper, and, like, helping establish this hierarchy and going for more like a pirate council kind of a vibe. Like, and is gonna suggest and just like, hey, no, I won't be a part of it, and makes that very clear. Just like, I will help and I will support, and I will make sure this kind of shit doesn't happen again, and is trying to, like, work out a way to make security tighter, at least so far as intel goes. And spreading herself even thinner, trying to salvage what there is, because this is the lot she's made for herself, and she's gonna see it out because this is her life now, and that means something.
Yeah, cause I feel like, because the thing is that, like, Meryl sort of feels responsible for this in a lot of ways,
and rightly so.
Yeah, it is on her.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
She, like, it's like, but she's, like, real torn, because it's like she's found her people again, but, like, maybe it would be better for her or it would be better for them if she wasn't there to, like, fuck everything up more, because, like, they've built this whole life without her, and the second that she stepped back into it, everything went to shit. And it's like, she's got ties to this station now. Like, she could stay, but she's not sure if she should. And I think she probably gets really drunk one night and, like, mentions that she's considering leaving to someone, one of them. And thankfully she gets stopped before she can. So she's gonna stay with the station and sort of just... I think she's gonna use it, like, more as a base of operation than anything else, but this will be where she comes back to. And these are the people she'll come back to.
See, I know we said we weren't going to end the game, but with that crisis and everything, that is it, isn't it? That's the end of
We have also been recording for 3 hours.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we didn't actually hit start on Audacity until about 45 minutes after we were supposed to start. So, but yes, the point remains accurate that we've been at this a while.
Yeah. We've been at this a bit.
Yeah, and if the crisis says that the kingdom falls, then that's it. We are done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's do outros.
Let's.
I've been Dora, and you can find me at HarpyDora on Twitter, and you can find the podcast at FTLcast on Twitter and Tumblr, and we have a Facebook page somewhere.
if you wanna sort of like put your real name in that one, just in that basket.
I did.
I mean,
follow it.
I did too. So, all right, yeah. I'm Han. You can find me on Twitter at Mercutios, and you can find the games that I write at gumroad.com/Mercutios.
I'm still Jade, still at Jade Oxford Rose, still to be found on this podcast and playing far too much D&D over on twitch.tv/Natural Ruckus, and on YouTube, same name, to catch up with our VOD.
Oh shit, we have to skip over Dora. Hi, I'm Kales. You can continue to find me on Twitter at Citadel of Sorts.
And I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter at Little Lady Mab, doing shenanigans. That's about it. That's all I do.
Heck yeah. Alright, shall we clap?
Oh yeah, we do that too.